Today is about marking and blocking. These are two very different terms, but I've kind of paired them together for a reason, and that would be because these are two terms that we'll use during rehearsal process and getting ready for different combinations in class, and we need to understand both of these, oftentimes simultaneously. So to start with marking, if you're ever asked to mark, that means you are not doing the dance full out. Whether you're rehearsing or in class, whatever, you're being asked to minimize your movement so you can kind of bookmark it in your head. Now, this does not mean you get to just stand there like a lump on a log and not do anything. This means you can use your arms and like mark out turns, and you can count the beats with your hands. This means that you can lift your leg up to the position that you would be holding and find that balance flat. That doesn't mean you get to just hang out there. You should still be fully engaged. You should still be using your muscles, but it means that you're doing a minimalized version of whatever is being asked of you. Sometimes this could be in preparation for a combination, so you can kind of get your mind wrapped around the directionals you're going and like what limbs are in use, especially if there's like case in point, if you have a lot of direction changes, you may need to kind of iron that out a little bit before you're doing it full out. If you're getting ready for a dance, sometimes you may have to mark out the dance in order to kind of mentally clean it up. So marking is important to understand what that means when it's being asked of you. I've seen some dancers who have not understood the term marking, in which case I've seen them just stand there and just blankly stare and like be non-responsive. And that's not what you're supposed to be doing when you mark. Same thing too, I've seen the polar opposite of that, where dancers have been told to mark and they go full out, and then because others are marking, they've run into people. So you need to be very aware of what the term means and then what is expected of you. Blocking now. Like I said just a moment ago, people sometimes run into each other, and that's not cool. Dance is very specific in everything we do. And where we stand, how we stand, and where we are going is no different. Most instructors, choreographers, all of them have usually a blocking chart of where dancers are going to go. You'll often find X's or letters or numbers and lines and circles and arcs and all kinds of different shapes and designs on a dance floor or on a stage, because that tells us where people are going. There are usually blocking charts that are basically our handheld map of where everybody stands, directions that they may be facing, where they have to travel. Oftentimes there's multiple blocking charts to coincide with the choreography, so you can make sure that dancers are not running into each other. Blocking also entails spatial awareness and making sure that you are not infringing on somebody else's space. When we are doing dances in very close proximity, you need to make sure that you are blocked accordingly, so that way you are able to not stick your limbs in somebody else's space or hit them. So your angles become super important, and blocking tells us all of that. Blocking tells us what space is safe, where you need to face, and where you're going to be going. This becomes even more important when you go to do shows and everything where there's people entering and exiting a stage, and you need to make sure that people are able to travel fast, especially in certain cases where there may be running involved. It's choreographed running. It's a blocked out running, so bodies are not just running into each other. I will see you tomorrow as we talk about what spotting is. I will see you then.